A rug anchors your furniture and determines the flow of movement through a room. Because high-quality rugs are a significant investment, picking the wrong size or shape is an expensive mistake to fix. Most buyers default to a standard rectangular rug. Since most rooms are rectangular, it feels like the safest choice to cover the floor. But when you place a standard rectangle in a unique space, like a square room, a wide entryway, or a U-shaped seating area, the layout can feel off. The borders become uneven and create a sense of friction in the room. To find the right shape, we can map out your options based on the layout of your room and the impact you want to achieve. A standard rectangular rug sits down here. It works well in most common rooms, but it doesn't solve the visual balance issues in more specific, square-shaped spaces. A properly sized square rug lands up here. It has very specific requirements, but it matches the proportions of a square room in a way a rectangle cannot. Square rugs aren't for every room. They are specialized choices meant for specific layouts, where a standard size won't fit correctly. Let's look at when you should actually use one. We can identify where a square rug works best by looking at specific use cases, starting with the dining area. We can map this out using a simple decision tree. If you have a square dining table for 4 to 8 people, a square rug underneath provides perfect symmetry. It frames the table and makes the seating area feel intentional. However, there is a functional trade-off. You have to follow a strict clearance rule to prevent chairs from catching on the edge of the rug when guests sit down or stand up. This placement guide states that a square rug should be at least 60 to 70 centimeters wider and longer than your table on all sides. This ensures the chairs stay on the rug, even when they are pulled out. You can also use a square rug under a round dining table for visual contrast. Just keep in mind that you'll need an even larger rug to make sure the entire footprint of the chairs stays within the borders. When it comes to dining tables, visual style is secondary to measurements. If the rug is too small to provide proper clearance, it will be a constant nuisance. Moving beyond the dining room, let's see how square rugs function in larger seating arrangements and open floors. If your living room is square or you use a U-shaped furniture layout, a square rug can anchor the furniture evenly. This setup naturally centers the room. The trade-off is that square rugs are difficult to reuse if you move. If your next home has a long, narrow living space, the rug will look out of place. In large open-plan homes, you need to create distinct functional zones so the layout doesn't feel like one giant empty space. A square rug creates a clear visual border. It separates a reading nook from the rest of the open floor without the need for dividers. In an open plan, alignment is critical. Because the rug is perfectly square, having the furniture even slightly off-center will be immediately noticeable and distracting. The placement guide confirms this, noting that square rugs are ideal for filling wide entryways or creating rooms within rooms in open concept layouts. In these open areas, the rug serves as a visual boundary that organizes the floor plan through simple geometry. Once you have the layout figured out, you need to choose the right material to protect your investment over the long term. This guide breaks down rug longevity via material and maintenance. Premium wool is a durable, soft choice for high-traffic living rooms, handling constant use. The trade-off is cost and care, requiring regular vacuuming and immediate spill attention. For outdoor areas like a patio or deck, synthetic fibers like polypropylene are better suited to the environment. They handle moisture and resist fading from sunlight. While synthetic rugs are weather-resistant, they don't have the same soft feel as natural fibers, which is a trade-off for their durability. Regardless of the material, a rug pad is a necessary hidden cost. It prevents the rug from slipping or bunching, which protects your floors and keeps the space safe. To get a good return on your investment, you have to match the rug's material to the specific traffic and weather conditions of the room. Square rugs are specialized items that solve very specific layout problems, but they require careful planning to work. We can summarize everything we've discussed with a simple scorecard matrix. A square rug is a good fit if you have a square dining table, a wide foyer, a perfectly square living room, or an open floor plan that needs defined zones. You should generally avoid them if you have a standard rectangular dining table or a long, narrow living room. In those spaces, a square rug will make the room look cut in half. If your home is a fit, remember the math. You need to calculate that 60 to 70 centimeters of clearance for chairs and budget for a rug pad. If your room layout requires it and you follow the measurement rules, a square rug will make your space look balanced and intentional.